I was so dumb, but I hopped on a plane, almost drove right back to the 541. Shitty U-turn on the freeway, you turn me from a fiend to a way to you fun. I can wait in the sun for a little, but it's been real gray, and tonight it's a nice C1. I can wait in the cold for a while at the...
You guys all ready?
Right now, I see none.
Yeah, let's draft. Do it live.
Yep.
Do it live!
Do it live!
Do it live!
Welcome to the podcast, everybody. I am Alex at TSB Pod. He is King. At Jeromney, he is Ski. At TSB Ski. We're doing it live on twitch.tv/abrog87. Today is Wednesday. We do the podcast at around 7:30 or 8 every Wednesday or Thursday. So join us there. Get in the chat. It's a good time. Also tweet at us. You got a haircut, King? Have you posted any haircut pics on the X? Sorry, on Twitter?
I have not.
I was going to point people to Jeromney to check out the new hotness, because you can wear hats now. I see you wearing a hat, and so
Right.
yeah,
it is the first time in a year plus I can comfortably wear a hat. I can say that.
yeah. Like people with a lot of hair, you don't think about that. People with a lot of hair, you can't wear hats, man, unless you wear like those, oversized ones, or a beanie.
Had a 15-inch a 15-inch braid cut off and donated it to some cancer kids. So,
that's nice. That's nice.
Good on me.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
The whole experience has been fucking weird because, for 16, 17 months I've been wearing my hair in some fancy of a man bun,
Sure.
And it has trained my follicles to go back. So I literally cannot get my hair to not grow towards the sun. It is actively trying to run off my head. And so it hurts to put it forward. And I'm trying extra hard to not have to shave my head. So I'm trying really hard to wear hats, but it hurts.
Force it down. Yeah.
It literally hurts.
Yeah.
Did you at least do something cool, like have an epic mullet for a day, or?
No. I had to donate the hair, so I had to keep it in.
You got to do it all. You got to do it all at once, man. Yeah. And by the way, what's wrong with shaving your head? The hell are you trying to say? Huh?
I just don't look. I have shaven my head before, and because I have a proclivity to have a beard, or a couple times a year a mustache only to be a creep, people either tell me I look like, when I shave my head, a prisoner or a child molester, which is one and the same. But I think prisoner means I'm tough. And with the mustache, I think that's the child molester thing.
I think I still take offense to that. I think you're doubling down.
I'm not. I say me. I can't pull it off.
All right. Okay.
But it's because I'm naturally scowly. I kind of scowl, so that kind of just... And I got the crow's feet and... Yeah. I mean, for fuck's sake, now we're just delving into my insecurities.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
The first time in my life, I got a fucking cold sore. First week of school, and I got a fucking cold sore. The first time in my fucking life. I got fucking herpes on my face.
Sponsored by Blue Chew.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you need some blue? Do we need to start talking Blue Chew again?
This shit's crazy. And the Blue Chew.
You've never had a sore in your mouth before?
Never had a cold sore. No, not on my lips. No.
Oh, on your lip. Okay, I've had it on my gums a ton, man. That's a fairly regular thing. And it's not herpes. It's just a fucking cold sore. That happens.
It fucking sucks. It's split it now, and
that's terrible.
Brutal, man.
That's terrible.
That's terrible. So what are your deep and darkest inner, secrets? And
yeah, let's get into it. Go ahead, Ski.
What's your body dysmorphia all about, Ski? Come on, tell me.
Well, I mean, if it was a problem for me, it would be I'm on the shorter side.
You are kind of a short guy. There's nothing wrong with that. You're a short king, Ski. You're a short king.
It's Summer of the Short King, bro.
Yeah.
Just don't be a fucking dick, little people out there. It's not hard to not be an asshole.
You can jump, though, so you have that over most short people.
I could. I can't remember last time I attempted
I'm giving
jumping.
you leeway.
Yeah, no, we're getting
into
we're getting into another thing. Is Ski's coming up on 40 now, aren't you, Ski? So
I don't know if I can risk elevating anymore.
Yeah, that
risk is real now.
That Achilles is gonna pop.
Or the Achilles it's ready.
Yeah. we olds can't go around just jumping, okay? Like we can't do that. Yeah.
Like I've mentioned on this podcast, and I believe so, that like 2 years ago, in the span of like 14 days, I had 2 coworkers break their ankles going downstairs. And it has wrecked me since then. I'm terrified of walking down flights of stairs at work now. Afraid my ankle's going to explode.
You get lazy one time, you're down and out for months.
Yeah, no, I'm like turning into. Remember that show on? I think it was on USA, the Detective Monk, who was like super OCD.
Tony Shalhoub.
Tony Shalhoub. Yeah. I become Monk sometimes when it comes to going down the goddamn stairs. I can't do it. I'll look at the door and go, I should go down those 3 flights of stairs. That's not hard, but my brain is telling me something terrible is going to happen and it's going to be unclean, and just take the elevator. Now an elevator person.
You get older, you get smarter.
I like the way you spin this.
Yeah,
I like what
to.
You're doing.
Yeah, you're supposed to. Yeah.
Or as you get older, you walk around more, so your circulation.
Well, it's once you hit the point to where you have to wear those socks.
Compression socks.
Like the clots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now see, those are cool because that goes back to when you're a teenager and you're wearing the knee socks, right? You're wearing the knee socks to look cool. You're Allen Iverson, you know. So that's what we're doing.
I rock the high pants through 3 years of high school in baseball.
You're Nick Van Horn. That's what you're doing. In your 40s.
Kerry Kittles.
Kerry
Kittles. Oh, the originator in my eyes, Kittles.
Jason Terry.
I have a really good friend. He and his wife play in a soccer league, old people soccer league. Consecutive years, she tore her ACL. He ruptured his Achilles. Consecutive years. You guys should stop playing soccer, man. Like just don't do it. Pick a different game.
See, I feel like if I tore my Achilles,
play Parcheesi.
I think I could survive tearing my ACL.
Yeah,
I couldn't survive. I couldn't survive an Achilles tear.
So
I don't know what I would do.
It wasn't a full tear. It didn't like do the curl up thing. It was like a partial tear or whatever. So
well then come on.
Walk it off.
Well, what do you need? What do you need ACL for right now? You're not making sharp cuts.
I'm not making cuts.
Exactly.
No one's throwing dimes at me in front that I got a cut on. You know what I mean?
We saw Dennis Dixon with the torn ACL. He was still able to run fast straight.
Yeah.
And that was in 2007. We've evolved since then. Our bodies have evolved.
I never had quick twitch to begin with, so I'm not out there using it on the turf, you know. All right, should we get into the Ducks?
Well, I want to say at least I'm glad you're here with us this week, Braga, because you were just in Vegas, and
yes, I was.
That looked like a shit show there.
Absolute
with that rain.
Absolute fucking
flooding.
Monsoon flash floods. Like I shit you not. There was a flash flood warning. The first night we were there's a flash flood warning every half an hour. You get like the warning thing on your phone. It was just dumping rain. And then the next day after we got there, we're sort of driving out of Vegas just because it's rainy and kind of crappy. And on the way out, like to the Hoover Dam, like on the way out, the most rain I've ever experienced in my life. Like, you know, we're from Oregon, so we get rain all the fucking time. Traffic's not moving. It is like a wall.
We don't get rain. We don't get rain.
It's a wall of water hitting the car. Like a wall of water. It was like the most intense rain I've ever experienced in my life. And then, by the way, you get through that like 2 minutes later, and it's sunny and hot. Fucking insane. It was only raining in Vegas, too. So as soon as you get out of Vegas, it stopped raining.
Well, wherever Burning Man was.
Hilarious.
Explain to me the Hoover Dam. Yeah. Why did you go to the Hoover Dam?
It was a thing to go see. What's wrong with the Hoover Dam? It's a modern marvel.
All I know about the Hoover Dam is what I learned from Beavis and Butthead Do America.
Is it a goddamn? Get it?
It's a goddamn.
Goddamn.
Is it fun to go to?
That's cool. No. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to go see. Yeah. No. There's nothing fun to do there. I mean, you can.
It's a dam. What are you expecting to do at a dam?
No.
How long of a drive is it from Vegas?
It's like a half hour. Yeah. It's
okay. That's nothing. Oh,
no,
okay.
it's not far at all. Yeah.
I thought it was like an hour and a half, 2 hours away.
No. We did try it. There's like this Valley of the Sun place, which is sort of farther north, and it's supposed to be this like it's a desert, but then it's got these hills with like that just look really cool. They're like red and but when we got there, we got like 10 minutes from where you're supposed to be able to see everything, and they closed the road because of the flash floods. Because the flash floods the day before got a bunch of rocks on the road, so we had to we got so close and then turned around and had to come back. So,
did you do anything extremely Vegas while in Vegas?
I saw a Cirque du Soleil show, the Mystere show, I think is how you pronounce it. By the way, if you've never been, go to one of those shows. Like, they're awesome. And I got really good seats for it, and we're like third row. It was like they were doing all the shit above us. It was rad. So
look at this guy.
I know. Okay.
Yeah, big spender, right? I know.
Jeez.
Were you slugging like those?
Can't wait for you to regale us over your 2 Taylor Swift concerts next year. Jeez Louise. Look at this guy.
With that little Beyonce mixed in, just to change it up.
Well,
Yeah.
No, I'm a T Swift guy. Ski, you should know that about me. Come on, yeah. Yeah, it was cool, man. And by the way, I think it was you talking about the alcohol situation in Vegas. I mean, there's liquor stores everywhere, my guy. Like, I don't know what you were talking about, saying it was hard to find like liquor.
It's not hard to see the store.
Yeah.
It's hard to cross these enormous roads.
Oh, the roads?
Yes.
What do you...
I'm not saying it was like 7 miles. That was my point. Is I'm like, you look at it and you can see it.
Yeah.
But where I had to walk like a half an hour to do it, and it was 106 degrees. I wasn't doing it.
Did you have a rental car?
We did rental car. What year is this?
Vegas.
But seriously, that was my thing. Is the couple times I went and looked, I was going to take an Uber. They upcharged you because they knew what you were doing.
So were you staying on the strip or something? Yeah. Your hotel. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. We were our place was a little off the strip, so we got a rental car and just drove around. And it was really easy. Yeah. So yeah, I was like, man, liquor's really easy. There's tons of liquor stores in Vegas.
Oh,
what's
no,
the problem here?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, there was tons. It was just where I stay. I was at the MGM Park or something, whatever it was called.
Yeah.
And so it was just a little confusing.
So WCP in the chat says he saw a Cirque du Soleil show at Matthew Night, which was cool. Pretty sure the Vegas show was better. So the only reason the Vegas show would be better, I think, is just because everything is built for that show. So the stage is built for it, like the theater is built for it, so everything is catered to it. I was trying to look to see if they were on tour because I was wanting to go to another one and maybe take my kid to one or something, and I couldn't see anything. So it's cool to know that because I remember seeing something about that. I thought they were at the Holt Center or something, but apparently it was Matthew Night. So.
I'm pretty sure there was 4 or 5 different iterations of it now.
Sure. No, there's a bunch of different Cirque du Soleil shows. There was a Beatles one, a Michael Jackson one, but yeah. Yeah.
There's King's Nightmare, Cirque du Soleil, Beatles.
Good God. Can you imagine watching people above you singing Hey Jude while they're trapezing around? And that's one of their better songs.
Acrobats, yeah. Yellow Submarine might be cool. I don't know. Oh, WCP says the Michael Jackson show was the one that came to Matthew Night. So, okay.
I tried to go to the Michael Jackson show while I was there. It was sold out.
Got to get your tickets early, man. You got to spend. You got to spend if you want to have a good time in Vegas, man.
I learned that. Trust me.
Okay, let's talk Ducks, huh?
Ducks, sports.
So 81 points is a school record.
Well, a modern record, right?
Modern, yes.
Sure.
They dropped.
Do not let Kurt come in here and be like, well, actually, in 1987, up at a Puget Sound High School, they played the Marines and scored 147 points. And I love you, Kurt. This is not me making fun of you.
Yes.
I'm just saying, off the top of your head, Kurt, I know you could be like, and it was 42 degrees, and the wind was coming from the southeast.
Well, Kurt is cool.
He's a historian.
Kurt is cool enough to remember that we used to have corrections on this podcast about a decade ago. And so
we're getting to him. We hear you, and we see you.
So Kurt does not hesitate to reach out to us on Twitter when he has a correction for us. So.
Kurt's kind of a bully on there sometimes.
Yeah, man. So, but 81 points is 81 points, right? And Portland State's coach was like, we didn't really like. We were still trying. It's not like we stopped when they put in their backups or anything like that. We were still really trying hard, and they were just sort of dominating us, doing whatever the hell they wanted. So, I know it's Portland State. I know, but 81 points is not something we see very often. So that's cool.
Chip could have ran up into the 80s easily if he wanted to.
Many times, yeah.
Is a thing. But like I wouldn't say they were running the score up on PSU. I mean, fucking third and fourth stringers were in gashing for 13 yards a carry still in the fourth quarter.
Running the ball with Jaden Lamar
straight ahead.
Yeah.
Right. Like, no, I heard an interview with Coach Barnum yesterday, and he was like, and he made it very clear. Oregon was not trying to run up the score. They were trying the opposite. And it's just a mismatch.
They're just much better.
So he wasn't mad. He wasn't, he didn't think they were running it up. He thought even to start the game, they were trying not to score. And he actually, the thing that I kind of likes, Bruce Barnum's a weird dude. He's a good interview. He's an interesting guy. As he said that even bringing back Bo Nix for, was it 1 or 2 possessions in the second half?
Yeah.
He said, absolute right move. You got to do it in the first game. Come back out, do the routine, blah, blah, blah. So if there's anyone out there mad that Oregon ran up the score, the Portland State coach is explicitly not mad.
They're out there in Corvallis, in Seattle, and a little bit in Pullman, but not much. And Los Angeles, there's a lot. SC is losing their shit from what I see.
Do it against Nevada, then pop off, right?
Right.
I don't know that they're necessarily mad at Oregon for running up the score. I think
just in general.
Yeah, I think they're just giving Oregon fans shit for being happy about 81 points against Portland.
But
State,
were people online really that happy, or were they just like, that was a game?
Yeah, I think.
Because I didn't watch the game. I didn't watch it.
I didn't either. You know where I was. I was not watching Oregon against Portland State.
You were down.
You couldn't watch it though, right?
I couldn't watch it. Yeah, I was getting a stream from Pac-12 Washington showing Cal at Wazoo from last October. Made no sense.
Ski, I could have watched it, and you know where I could have watched it, but I didn't do that. I could have gone to the sports books.
You could have.
And
could have watched many a game.
And bet the non-existent line for Oregon and Portland State. But
it came out. It just, those FCS games always come out about only a day or so before.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, they covered what Caesars put out, minus 48, baby.
Yeah.
So 746 yards of offense, which is nice to see. 200 yards given up on defense, which is also nice to see.
Well,
a lot of backups, giving up some yards. Like they gave it that score early on, and then nothing really after that.
I kind of threw out all defensive stuff after halftime.
Yeah, some quarterback sneaks they gave up.
Big problem was that read option in those first 2 drives, but also, I mean, Dorless was not playing for, I believe, those 2 drives or just the first drive.
I think he was out the whole first quarter.
First quarter, yeah. So he missed all the big, offense. I think Portland State got almost all their offense in that first quarter. Yeah. But it didn't look pretty on defense those first 2 possessions. I mean, they were big runs. I mean, throwing wise, the whole game was never a problem. But again, I don't think they had a sack the entire game. And they don't think they really had a chance of like an interception either. So I mean,
no turnovers, no sacks against Portland State is not great.
Well, I'll just say, as someone who just watched a 28-minute highlight cut,
same
as just a general guiding light, if you are playing an FCS team and your only gripe is either possession 1 or possession 2, when they have an athletic quarterback who ran for 47 yards, fine, whatever. Could it be a problem down the road? Sure, I bet. I mean, if I can't remember the quarterback for Portland State's name was like Tony Shashery or something.
Yes. Tony Shat is like, yeah, because like Tony Shashery's the spice mix.
Yeah, the spice guy.
Yeah,
we'll just call him the spice guy.
Yeah,
If the spice guy was running that, I mean, Caleb Williams could probably do very much damage. But it was just one drive. So I'm not going to freak out.
But it, for me, I guess it was the lack of dominance as a whole for the defense. You expect them to that D line to push around those Portland State O line guys, and it was really two guys are the only ones I noticed on defense, and that was Birch and fucking Dorless. That was it. I don't even think I saw Matty Yu. Did he play? I don't even know if he played.
He did. No, he did play. I think it was Jeff Schwartz put up a little quick tweet or something about how he didn't play much, but his body looks like he will be a player this year. So.
He does. He sort of reminds you of Thibodeau, like that first year, where you see him and he passes the eyeball test. We'll see what that turns into, but
he was young concrete.
That's how you are a 5-star, is you pass the eyeball test pretty much. So we'll see if that actually translates at all. But,
you got the tangibles. That's all you need.
Yeah.
And then the other one I noticed was our podcast favorite, Bassa.
Oh.
Missed, I believe he missed a sack. He did make a good play on one coming around the end, I think, but that was the only. It was a combo of good and bad. That's Bassa for you.
Yeah, and any other takeaways from like the other linebackers?
Didn't notice him.
Okay, and the DBs
except for the baseball guy Betcher.
Yeah,
because I think he made the first tackle of the season,
and he recovered.
And he's a big white guy. So
he recovered the fumble on the kick return too. Yeah.
Yes. It's only because you notice him, because he's the only like white guy out there for the Ducks. So I'm like, all right.
South Eugene represent. I mean, what more do you want?
Yep.
Sure.
What I did love this. I couldn't get the game, but I gave up when it was 29-7 with 9 minutes left in the first quarter. I was like, okay, I just don't need to watch this. So I went and ran a quick errand, and I'm in the car. And the sideline guy for the Ducks, who used to be Joey Mack, once upon a time, is now Dusty Hara, which if you live up in Portland, you're probably 1080 The Fan, I think. You know who he is. And they go down to Dusty Hara, and at this point, it's like 49-7 with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. And they're talking like, oh, well, one thing I've noticed is they're so much bigger this year. The athletes are so much bigger. And I'm like, boy, every team says that, don't they? Because holy shit, I just remember, not during the Chip Kelly and Helfrich years, but during the Mario years, every year, biggest team ever. They just look different.
Oh, Aaron Feld
really had them. Yeah, he really had them going in the off season.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're doing this still. Oh no.
I mean, I guess it's better than players getting like liver and kidney damage in their workout. So
I did see that Canzano, in his article covering the Ducks this week, did make a Rabdo joke. So maybe we're if he can make fun of it, we can all make fun of it. Eat shit, Cam McLemore.
Right.
Have we healed as a nation?
Doug Brenner, go run stairs, loser.
Soft.
Booble
says, I remember Jay Allen as the sideline guy. What happened to
Joe? Oh, Jay Allen, wow.
What happened to Joey Mack? Why is he not doing it?
He's too big now.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
I mean,
he's going to be taking over play-by-play here in a few years.
So. Or maybe he was just sick for a week and they had to fill it.
Yeah, okay. It's Portland State. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
So Nix goes, all three quarterbacks played. So Nix went 23 of 27, 287, 3 touchdowns. Thompson, 7 of 8, 79 yards and a touchdown. Novosad, 3 for 3 for 13 yards.
Nova bomb.
Yeah, man. Ty Thompson going 7 of 8. Not like he's out there stretching the field or anything, but you'll take that.
He threw a couple.
Yeah.
Past 5 yards.
Yeah, I mean,
I will say, what
didn't do
did
that
you
at
watch
all.
the replay
Didn't
yet?
do that at all last year, like none
No.
whatsoever. So
Have you watched the replay yet, Braga?
I saw
Of it?
highlights. Yeah.
Highlights? I guess, well, now that you watched it as a whole, to know kind of what you guys think of the offensive scheme. I mean, it is Portland State. Lane doesn't want to show all his cards yet, but it was kind of for me at least, it was kind of a lack of attacking deep. Because Kenny brought it, we thought the Roadrunners guy, that
What'd
offense
they say?
threw it deep. Yeah, they were
Deep
bombing.
shots.
There wasn't that many, and Knicks did not hit them the few they had.
It was Portland. It was Portland.
Yeah.
I know that's. See, I don't take anything risky. I mean, Bucky looked fantastic, but he had 6 carries. It's like
Four.
Four. Yeah. What are you supposed to take with that?
He had
Nothing.
He had 4 carries for 119 yards and 2 touchdowns. Yeah. No, Oregon was running the most basic plays they could run, and they were working because it was Portland State. And they have much better athletes. Like when you throw a 10-yard hook to Troy Franklin against Portland State's going to turn that into a touchdown, and he did. So, again, Franklin 7 catches, 106 yards, 2 scores. Like those were
which is what numbers we were hoping to see out of Franklin, even more. So
get him the ball.
He only played, a little more than a half, but yeah, get him to 10 catches, 140 a game.
Yeah, Nutian says new wide receivers looked 100. So yeah,
I'm trying to be really excited, but it was I'm saying it still was Portland State. But I mean, I love the look at Tez. Looked real nice out there, and but Bryant Jr. I didn't even know who the fuck he was. All of a sudden, I remember him from USC, but Gary Bryant, but I didn't know him as a player at all.
Gary Bryant Jr. 7 catches, 100 yards, and 2 touchdowns as well. So those were like when backups were in Gary Bryant Jr.'s, which again, that's fine. But yeah, I mean, every Oregon's offense has those. So by the way, Whittington didn't play. Did we ever find out why?
He got hurt in pregame warmups, they said.
Okay.
Dinged or whatever. Like he warmed up. No, I think it was on the opening kick. I think he did play one play, and someone hit his hand wrong, and he was like, Did
Hudson play a snap even? I don't think I saw him out there.
He didn't catch a pass.
He definitely did not.
Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll find out what's going on with them. The rule we saw where they're going to have to announce injuries is when they join the Big Ten, right?
Yes.
That's a thing, right? Okay, yeah. So we're not there yet. Dante Dowdell with 8 carries, 54 yards and a touchdown.
I just liked him because he's a big looking back compared to everyone else they got. Yeah. And then I'm still a big proponent of Ferguson is a freak.
Whoa.
I think he is freaky.
Yeah.
Save that for Patreon, the inside info.
borderline erotic.
I mean, he's going to be in my eye. He's an NFL level talent. They need to work him into the offense more. I mean, like I said, it's still Portland State, but what do you have? 3 catches for 50 yards. And that was 20 yards of guys dragging guys.
T Ferg is going to be involved. We don't need to worry about him, man. That guy is an absolute beast, and they are going to get him the ball a lot in big games. I am not worried about that at all. I think a lot of what happened against Portland State was them just spreading the ball around, getting it in guys' hands to see what they can do. And obviously Troy Franklin's going to be the number 1 target all season long, and so he's just going to get passes. But everybody, all the rest of it, it's hey, let's see what you can do. Get the ball to Tez, see what he can do. Get the ball to Bryant, see what he can do.
I didn't see much of getting the ball to Holden.
No, he got a couple passes, I think.
Yeah.
But I saw him out there in the highlight package. He did play.
Yeah.
I definitely saw him out there, but he wasn't as the core involved guy.
By the way,
you want to know what my guess on that is that they're just holding him back.
Ooh.
What?
I was just gonna let it go. But Nuttian in the chat says Hudson stood on the bench pretty much the entire game and was never near the offense when they were on the field. So that could mean a couple things. That could mean he's not good enough to play, which I kind of doubt. or he's a little bit banged up or suspended. So usually if they're suspended, they're not on the sideline, but probably just has some slight injury or something. Who knows?
Just as an aside, if a player is suspended for a game, okay, if you're suspended for a game, it's not for anything super serious. We can just acknowledge
I was
right?
suspended for a half in high school.
But my thing is, if you're suspended for a game, is it more of a punishment to just stay at home in your apartment, or to go through the entire pregame bullshit, dress up, and stand on the sideline for 3.5 hours?
Man,
it says you make them sit in the stands. That's the slap.
Or the box, the sky box.
Or the box.
I think
you got to go to the game. You can't be on the sideline.
I think it says a lot about you as a teammate that you're asking that question, King. Is that you don't want to be with your team. You just rather be at home and
Absolutely.
Wow.
Kidding me? I don't want to go stretch and then go stand in pads for 3+ hours and just watch a game I'm not going to play in.
Your teammates don't need those good warm-up reps from you, bud. Come on.
Send me home. Send me home. I don't want to be here. Kidding me?
Nobody wants to be here. It's Portland State.
Jeez Louise.
Oh, let's see. What else? Jordan James look good. 10 carries, 86 yards, a couple scores. I mean, again, it's Portland State, so grain of salt. But you just don't like him in general.
Me?
Yeah.
Me?
You?
No, I just find his role last year bizarre. It was like Jordan James, 49 carries on the entire year. Jordan James, 4 of the most important 6 carries of the year.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, it's 4th and 1 for the Pac-12 championship. Nope, stuffed. Oh, but before it was 3rd and 1, stuffed. Oh, against Washington, stuffed. What the fuck?
But
what the hell, man?
But he's the big back, man. Even though he's like not even
Dowdell's the big back now.
James is I'm pretty sure James is not even 6 feet tall.
Yeah. Come on.
I mean, and Bucky sheds tackles better than he does anyway, being smaller.
Yeah. Bucky sheds all tackles. Bucky is still impossible to tackle. In his 4 carries, we saw that.
That one 50-yard touchdown he had. That tackling effort from the Vikings.
Not great.
Was that the Knicks trailing him one, or was that the other one?
Yes, it was the Knicks.
Yeah.
It was like, they touched his shoulder pads twice, and that was it.
Coach Cottrell called that diving out of windows. Braga, quit diving out of windows. Yeah, that's what I got.
9/11 defense.
Any other takeaways?
No. Stop talking about this game, please.
There is one more thing. Can we praise our fantastic Aussie kicker? 1 punt for 58 yards.
No,
it was a boomer.
That was more yards you had all last year.
Well,
yeah.
Found out Camden Lewis is still kicking. Come on.
Oof. One of those PATs. Ooh. Oh God. I don't know if they just
even when Camden Lewis kicks go in, it looks like you're taking an origami goose. You know what I'm talking about? And you're just flicking it, and it's just it just kind of flutters. It might go in, but it just never just.
It's not satisfying. Yeah, it's like, no. All right, it went in. Cool. All right. So you're right. Let's move on. Pac-12 went 13-0 last week. If you include USC's 0-week win, so the Pac-12 is undefeated after week 1. That includes Colorado beating TCU. So 45-42. I know what you're gonna say, Ski. You're gonna mention how top 25 polls during the preseason are dumb. This
super racist, by the way, for him to say that.
I know. Deion could come at me.
Yeah. This guy is a blatant racist. It's disgusting.
You guys hung on to beat a 5-win TCU team. Great job.
He's a racist and a disablist. He doesn't like disabled people, which is what Deion is as well, right?
It's insane. Yeah, he's got 8 toes on one feet.
Ableist now, isn't that the term?
Crazy. So
I now know why he skipped our January 6th podcast.
This is
where was he?
So, all of that aside, this is a big win for Colorado. Just period. Like, just a win is a big win for Colorado.
A win, yeah.
Yeah, but beating TCU is a big win for them. And watching how it happened makes me sort of rethink how I'm looking at Colorado. Again, TCU might not be good at all. That's fine. Colorado might go from what I thought was going to be like one win, maybe, to 4 or 5.
I thought they'd get 3 wins this year, but I mean,
over under in Vegas was 3.5.
Yeah, it's about 3. We knew their offense was going to be. They have playmakers out there.
Sanders is a good quarterback. Hunter is a good wide receiver and defensive back. Like they have, they have 2 really good players. And if their coach, which is sort of the whole point, if their coach can motivate them, because we know this about college football. Like you can have shitty players, and if you have a really good coach who can motivate them and get them going, you can do some things. So if Deion can get that team going and give them confidence, then they can win some games. They're not going to like challenge for the conference title or anything, but going over 500, getting to a bowl game, yeah,
it's doable. Like what? Yeah, because that offense clicks, but the problem they can't run the ball
or play defense,
and they can't stop any other team in the country. So they're like I said, I equated them to they were a USC that's just not as good as their offense is.
Well, I mean, yeah. Colorado, celebrate. Go crazy.
Yeah.
Good win. But TCU's quarterback, who was starting the first game of his career, threw 2 picks inside like the 1-yard line.
Yes.
And they missed a very easy field goal too. So it's again,
TCU
Colorado
should have won that
celebrate
game
this. Best TCU could have won this game by 12 very easily if they were just running the ball up the middle.
Every play, run the ball.
But again, Colorado won. They can celebrate. It was just, some of the stuff was a little over the top. A little much.
What was all the, like, Deion coming at people? What were they? Are you just not allowed to criticize his team at all?
Have you seen the story on that?
It's this whole thing, man.
I did not see the story of the reporter he went after.
Oh, so you don't know the reporter he went after?
No. I just saw him going after someone.
Do you want me to tell you the reporter he went after?
Yes, I'd like. Yeah.
Ed Werder.
It was Ed Werder?
Ed Werder.
So does this go back to his playing days?
No one knows.
Personal vendetta while he was in Dallas?
Ed Werder came out today and said he has not written a column in 31 years. So he did not write a single story about Colorado Buffaloes football. And Deion was asking him, I read your bull junk. Do you believe now? And poor Ed, who said he was only there because he lives in the area and ESPN is tightening the financial strings, just said, hey, can you go cover it? You live 22 miles away. And so we did. But he said he's never written an article about Deion. He's never written an article about Colorado. He hasn't written an article in 31 years. All he does is just hop on ESPN and go, Ed Werder from Irvington, Texas, ESPN. That's it. Dak Prescott, Ed Werder, ESPN.
So is this purely just Deion cutting promos? That's what it is, right? It's just all for either a show or some shit he's got going. Because someone said that there's someone designated just following Deion around.
Well, yeah, he's got that show that's now on Amazon.
Does he still have that?
Yes.
Yeah. It was purely just, that was WWF to me. That was him cutting a promo so they could show next week, kind of thing.
You know what that shit is made for? That shit is made for college football players. Like those 100%. Those are the only people on earth who get motivated and don't see the bullshit for the bullshit.
And I just want to point this out that when it comes to college football coaches, they all have a little bit of bullshitter in them.
Of course.
You have to. Especially if you're going to recruit well.
Yeah, more than half the job is being a salesman. Yeah.
And I want to just throw this out there before I say this. I don't care if you're religious. I think actually believing in a faith is my brain can't fully grasp it, but I get it. It's kind of a cool concept. If you can have the faith to believe in something you can't touch, you can't see, you can't feel, you can't smell. I think that's pretty cool. Like I'm all about it.
Yeah, like as long as it doesn't affect me, I'm happy. You're happy. You know.
But the Deion proselytizing is the same thing I think about Dabo Sweeney and a little bit about Jim Harbaugh. My God, Jesus doesn't care about. And I bet you Dan Lanning says shit about God too behind closed doors. So I'm not. It's very common. Some coaches just do it more. When Deion was like, "Oh, I went to the HBCUs because Jesus told me to go or God told me to go." No, he didn't. That was during COVID and George Floyd, and getting LeBron a 4th ring. God had bigger problems. God had bigger issues than Jackson State football. Like, let's just be honest there. And then he leaves.
Let's be real honest. Did he have another job to go to?
No.
Yeah.
But it's just so when like I don't like going overboard on my Deion. I don't know if it's criticism. It's just more jokes because I can make the same ones about Dabo Sweeney, and he's played in 4 titles or whatever and won 2, made the playoffs 6 straight years. Like he is a top 10 all-time football coach, and I could still think him saying Jesus told him to punt. Won 2 titles, man.
Did you see the talent he had in like that 6-year span?
But it's Clemson. He got him there. I'm just saying. I know. He's not a tactic. And that's actually a great point because people will say when you're like, well, Deion's more of a figurehead, and they'll kind of crack you for it. But so is Dabo Sweeney. He was a wide receiver coach.
That's fine if you get players in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So there's nothing wrong with it. But if you say it, people can get a little. What, Saban?
What's Saban? Saban's a figurehead.
Well, probably now, but he spent 30 plus years absolutely not being a figurehead.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
See, my only problem, especially with the Dabo thing, is that you can't be shitty then. That's the one rule. You could be, the whole, praise Jesus, everything. Jesus led me here. You can't be shitty because Dabo got fucking buried after that loss. Absolutely buried. Destroyed by the internet.
He's got less than 3 years left at Clemson. That Dabo and Clemson is kind of over.
Just in time.
And that's what happens when you don't get if you stack that all the players from those Clemson teams. It probably competes or could be better NFL talent than Alabama had in that.
Yeah, very possible. But yeah, Dabo's done. I mean, you guys watched the Oregon State game on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Now, granted, some of those passes by DJU, I don't think he's thrown a spiral in 2+ years. They won't be easy touchdowns against other teams because they hung up there for quite a bit, but he still looked way better than he did in the last 2 years at Clemson. That's a Clemson problem. That's a Dabo problem.
Yeah,
Jesus, send the Clemson Tigers some wide receivers, please.
Jesus told Dabo that DJ should be a read option quarterback who is slow and can't shed a tackle. And he's running the ball in Clemson 12 times a game. What the Beavers did with DJ, that's what he should be. He's a pocket passer. If you give him time, he can complete passes. You give him a running game, take the pressure off. He's a pretty good quarterback.
I'm a little nervous about how good Oregon State's going to be this year, you guys.
I mean, they're good. Yeah. They should start 9-0.
Yeah.
Or 10-0, really.
Yeah.
I mean, their schedule, Jesus Christ, their schedule compared to the other contenders is cake. If they can, I think in like 3 weeks, they play Utah in Corvallis on a Friday night. They win that. It's going to take a freak upset to lose. And then their last 2 games are against Washington and at Oregon. That's probably where the rubber meets the road, but
what do we always
plus they're that I would say they're that annoying Stanford team this year. They seem like they have by far the best defense. They just run the ball and try to, take away possessions from all these high-powered offenses in the conference. They're going to be that annoying gnat every game they play.
What do we always say? What do we always say, man? Like with the schedule thing, Like,
It's huge.
Have an easy schedule. Like, win all of your games. That's all that matters. Like, if you're in a conference with other good teams and you win all of those games, you go to the playoff. That's the point, right? You go to the playoff. Schedule, like, get the easiest schedule possible, win all your games. Period. That's it. You can lose one.
I can't wait until Utah and Oregon State play, though, because that game is gonna take 97 minutes.
Yes.
Just
both teams are just gonna run it 50 times. It's gonna be 20-18, and no one's gonna like what they saw. But the team that won can talk shit. Like, good for them. They'll be ranked number 7 afterwards. Because Utah, I thought they might start 0-2. They're starting 2-0. Holy shit, Baylor! I knew you were bad at Florida. Florida, I knew you were bad. I was going out on a limb there. Baylor, I did not see you stinking that much.
Did you see Texas Tech going down to Wyoming?
I watched that. Yeah, they looked. Tyler Shuck looked amazing in the first 5 minutes. 2 touchdown passes, and then they started getting to him, and his eyes did the same thing they did in Oregon. We went,
yeah. Starts staring down receivers, and he also, he got gifted 2 fumbles inside like the 30. Easy way to score 2 touchdowns to start early in the game.
Okay, let's move on. We've talked a lot. We still have some things to do. So so we have a list, we have lines, and we have trivia. Which one do we want to do now?
God.
Let's run through the list. Again, let's
do the list.
The
Jesus
list,
Christ, it's way too much.
The list used to be the feature of the whole podcast,
and now it's
something
just
we just got to get it the fuck out of the way. Let's just go. Okay, so what's our list this week?
Ski, it's your list. Tell us. Go.
Oh, it was sad news with the passing of Smash Mouth's lead singer. So our list is the top 3 90s alt punk surfer rock groups.
Smash Mouth, very prominent Oakland Athletics fans, by the way. So lost a real one. Yeah. I'll start. My number 3 is Blink 182. Yeah. I don't think you can go wrong with Blink. I don't think I knew to explain Blink. Fantastic. Still fantastic.
Oh, still gold. I'll go my number 3, similar to Blink 182, Sum 41.
Because you don't know us at all. We laugh at old people fall. My number 3.
In too deep. Sorry. I like look at researching this. I totally listened to Sum 41 a whole bunch.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, going under.
Are we gonna have the same list, by the way, just in different orders?
Probably.
We might.
I put enough down to not do that.
Throw in some other options.
My number 3. Little capitalist, little mainstream at the end, but they had a run in the mid-90s. Green Day.
Fucking A, Green Day. My number 2 is Sum 41. Or wait, yeah, Sum 41. I was like, did I say Sum 41 already? I feel, and I was just singing them. Okay, my number 2 is Sum 41. All right, go.
All right, my number 2, The Offspring.
Good band. Good.
I don't know if they made it out of the 90s though, but
I think so. I think they just had an album like 5 or 6 years ago or something. Yeah.
Good for them. They killed the 90s. I know that.
Yeah. I remember working in radio and hearing The Offspring with a new album and being like, is that Offspring? And the guy was like, yeah.
No, it's The Offspring.
It's the Offspring.
The Offspring. Thank you very much. Yeah. All right.
My number 2, Blink 182. Because, where are you? What a good song. And I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Where are you? Oh, tough song.
Oh, man. My number 1 is Green Day.
Oh, wow. We might all have the same list.
Dooky's such a good album, man. Like, I love Dookie.
Did you have the time to listen to them whine?
Do you have the time to listen to me whine? How did he become British, man?
They all did.
That's Tom DeLonge. That same.
I mean, he was neurotic to the bone. No doubt about it.
No doubt about it. That dude's from Oakland too, man. Man,
Yeah,
A's,
they're all
A's
from
fans
fucking
all
Oakland.
over this place.
Well, I mean, he was one of those melodramatic fools.
All right. Well, my number one was Blink-182. So I'll go in Weezer. How about Weezer?
No.
Hey. I dig it, man.
I've
had-
never
they
liked
had some good
Weezer. I've never liked Weezer.
You didn't like Buddy Holly?
You're a fucking hipster.
Oh, I loved Weezer, man. Ooh, I look just like Buddy Holly.
Island in the Sun. That thing,
Yeah.
monster.
Oh, and you're
Monster.
married Tyler Moore.
I don't care what you say about us anyway.
I don't care about that. Again, he's British. Like, what's going on there?
British.
My number one, a little earlier, a little more grimy.
Ooh.
Sublime.
Now that is some hipster shit. Get
Sublime is
miss me
hipster?
with Sublime.
Oh, God, this guy just doesn't like... This is just not your genre. My God. You never took a trip to Garden Grove? It didn't smell like Lou Dog inside the van.
Nope.
Sublime had one good song, and it was the remix with the Far Side of that like
is not even
summertime
true.
song.
That is not even true.
Great song.
This is an embarrassment. I want you to keep going on.
keep
Just
talking.
keep
Keep burying
talking.
yourself.
Keep.
Can I pat ourselves on the back that none of us said Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Oh my God,
no.
my guy.
No.
Booble literally just said right before you said that in the chat. Red Hot Chili Peppers? Question mark?
No.
Not back then. They're one of their most recent albums, like 2 albums ago, was really, really good. So I'll give them credit for that one. Does Rage Against the Machine does not fall into this category? Netian.
No, I would have put like 9 Inch Nails. That they don't count. Marcy's Playground, they don't count.
Allison.
It's more. Yeah.
You don't count Marcy's Playground?
Not for this genre. This is almost more of like a surfer
Downtown by
rock.
myself, and I
Yes.
had so much time to sit and think about myself. Well, if this was truly surfer, oh God, I'm totally blanking on the band now. Never mind. Keep going.
Okay.
They wish you were here, though. I remember that. They wished you were here.
Booble is
Yeah,
asking
remember.
about what about Len? I don't know.
Steal My Sunshine? I mean, it's a great song.
Butthole Surfers from WCP.
Are they the ones who were like, Robbie loved Damaris, Darius loved Denise, they were all in love with Paris and down in Texas T, something like
Or was
that?
was that Cake?
No, that could not have been Cake.
That sounded like a Cake riff right there.
Cake is still out there. They just had like
Going
a
the
big tour,
distance.
didn't they? Yeah,
Going for speed.
Yeah.
Right, that's all I know.
All alone in your time of need. Yeah. Bloodhound Gang from WCP.
Ooh,
That's pretty good.
yeah, that Bloodhound Gang is solid.
We got Bare Naked Ladies from Booble. Hucklebenny says
Oh.
Incubus.
Incubus, that's what I was saying. They wish you were
Incubus.
here. Yeah. Oh, I wish you were here. The song of every Abercrombie and
Yep.
American Eagle for about 12 years.
Hollister, possibly even.
Hollister, too, yeah.
All of those stores. All of those stores you just mentioned in Las Vegas, by the way.
Did you go to the Wahlburgers store and get a bite to eat?
Fucking Wahlburgers.
Wahlburgers.
Can I believe
You going to fucking Wahlburgers?
the Wahlburgers
You're
store?
telling
What
me
is-
you didn't go to Las Vegas and get a Wahlburgers?
You're not a fucking co-op.
Fucking
you ain't a co-op.
You ain't
The
a fucking
Wahlburgers and the Marshawn Lynch store back to back next door. I was like, God, that's
co-op. Ooh,
because I don't even know what the hell the Marshawn Lynch store was selling other than Skittles. It was a very weird store.
Speaking of Marshawn,
it wasn't a weed shop.
Nope. No.
Oh, all right. I
Yeah.
figured it was. All right.
Speaking of Marshawn Lynch, that reminds me of the movie we watched this week that I forgot to mention at the start of this podcast.
There you go.
Movie podcast on Sunday. We're back to movies, and it's the movie theme month. So we're doing it's the football movie theme month, I should say. So we're watching football movies, and this one is 80 for Brady, and Marshawn Lynch has a little cameo in that. So 80 for Brady, it's on Prime. So watch that and listen. Watch that and listen to us. How about you just listen to us talk about it?
pure propaganda, this movie.
1,000%. Yeah.
That's all it was.
Yeah. So that's the movie for Sunday, 80 for Brady. If you feel like watching it, man, more power to you. We watched it, so you don't have to.
I watched it, and I wished I wasn't there.
We watched it, so you don't have to, so you can listen to us talk about it Sunday. All right, let's get to lines. How about that?
Lines? All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we need the theme song.
Lines, lines everywhere, lines. Ski's reading lines. You're hearing Ski's lines. Ski's reading lines. Ski's really likes doing lines. Lines.
Lines. All right.
Lines.
So after week 1, we have Braga in the lead with 11 points.
You're damn right. It's because of the star pick, right?
Yeah, that's exactly. We have the same record, but I did not have the star, so I have 10 points. King, tough first week, but hey, it's only week 1. Can't lose the season in week 1, can you? You got 8 points.
George Seifert always said.
Yeah, that's what he always said. So let's see. Here we go. So game 1, we are at. We got Deion here. We got Nebraska at Colorado. Colorado 3.5-point favorites now.
Colorado. Nebraska stinks. That game last Thursday at Minnesota.
That was
stunk.
The most eye poison game you could. I mean, standard early Big Ten game.
Nebraska and Minnesota and Northwestern Rutgers just made me laugh at all the mad Oregonian writers who were like, it's going to go 3-9 every year in the Big 12. Do you watch those teams other than Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State? Do you really?
You know the answer to that. I also
if
have.
You could score.
Yeah.
You got Colorado? Yeah, so
I do.
do I.
Yeah.
If you could score 28 points, you are beating half the Big Ten. It's laughable.
It's really that simple. By the way, like the combination of the two, like you're moving Pac-12 teams into that conference, like they're not equal. Like one has focused on offense for like several decades and one has not. And so all these, like the Pac-12 schools going into this conference are going to dominate. Like,
well, I wouldn't say
Ohio State and Michigan's going to be there, but other than that, like, who are you?
Well,
look
who's been dominating the Big Ten. The teams that decided that offense is semi-important to football.
Yeah.
All right. Next game, we got King's favorite, gonna be 2-0 Utah Utes at Baylor. They're 7.5-point favorites now.
Utes. Give me the Utes. I'm not doing this back-to-back weeks. Fuck you, Billy Napier. Fuck you, Dave Miranda. You guys fucking stink.
I'm taking Utah too. Baylor is very, very bad.
Also, Utah. I don't like picking
right,
Baylor in the best of circumstances. So Utah, please.
All right. Next game we got Tulsa. They're going to Seattle. UW 34.5-point favorites.
Woo.
UW.
What do we know about Tulsa? Nothing.
They're the Golden Hurricane.
Okay.
They are.
Washington then. Yeah. All I needed to hear was their name.
If they were the Yellow Hurricane, would you feel different?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like yellow is just a much stronger color. So
I've never understood how a team in Oklahoma named a university, sports team program the Hurricanes.
A lot of hurricanes. Yeah.
Like tornadoes would have made sense.
Yeah, it's right there.
Cyclones would have made sense. Twisters would have made sense. Shout out to like Laura Dern or whatever on Twister, whatever.
Bill Paxton too.
Bill Paxton, that cow.
the cow that was flying around.
You know it.
Shout out to the cow, yeah.
Shout out to the cow.
Shout out to those little balls that they kept putting in the tornadoes,
Yeah.
Great
that was
movie.
movie.
Cutting edge shit. Those little.
That sure was.
Little robot balls you throw in there.
America learned about tornadoes just because of that movie. That's.
I bet you that movie looks very bad if you watch it.
Dude,
today.
like 90% of Americans, the only things they know about tornadoes is from Twister. That's it.
I'm right there with them.
Science, man. Bill Paxton.
All right, next game we got this is kind of the first tough one in my eyes. We got Wisconsin. They're 6.5-point favorites going to the Palouse.
Give me the Cougs straight up, star pick.
Ooh.
Hey, they walked into Camp Randall last year and beat them.
I like Washington State. I don't like the star pick, but I am also going Washington State.
I don't know why you had to say it out loud. That was rude.
I mean,
jeez.
Get your star pick.
This is pretty.
Week 1 star pick winner, so I don't know.
It's pretty unfun, but I think as well.
Oh, what a star pick.
Yeah, maybe I'm just better than you. That's all.
Oh, they're going to beat Nevada. What a win.
All right, next thing we got Arizona. They're going to Mississippi State. Mississippi State 9.5-point favorites.
Arizona star pick.
Ooh.
My Cats. Bringing that along from last year. One day it'll work.
I'm taking Mississippi State. I just do not like this Arizona team.
I'm going to go Mississippi State, too. I just didn't really like what I saw from the Cats in the game I didn't watch last weekend.
We didn't even watch the Oregon game last week.
I don't watch sports anymore. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Jesus.
Watching a live game? Who does that?
Play Wordle all day. In immaculate grid. Leave me alone.
All right. Next game. I don't know if you watch this one or not, but UCLA at San Diego State. UCLA is 14.5-point favorite.
Bruins.
That game was on the TV at the bar at one of the casinos. We were eating dinner. Yeah. So I saw like 30 seconds of that one. I think that's the most I saw. So
I really want to take the Bruins, but I do not like this quarterback timeshare shit they got going on. So I'm taking San Diego State. I think they'll lose by 14.
Didn't San Diego State lose last week? I feel like I saw them losing. I'm going UCLA.
San Diego State is 2-0.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What?
They beat Ohio in week 0 and beat Idaho State last week by 8.
By 8.
Yeah.
Why is San Diego State playing Ohio in week 0? Please.
Fucking Bog, Maxon. Who did you take, Braga?
UCLA.
UCLA. Next game, I don't even know where this line's actually going to be, but from what I saw, we got UC Davis going to Corvallis. I got Beavers at 24.5-point favorites.
Oh, Beavs.
Yeah, they're going to win by like 50. Oregon State.
Yeah, I don't know if Davis is going to. They might get a field goal. So
that's a wild.
They should be able to score 30.
Yeah.
All right. Another interesting one. We got OK State, 3.5-point favorites going to Arizona State.
Give me the Cowpokes.
I didn't watch any of I haven't seen a single highlight from ASU.
Yeah, they were apparently not good last week.
No, but I don't like either Arizona school, so give me OK State as well.
Same. Yep. By the way, Booble pointing out it was Helen Hunt, not Laura Dern in Twister.
Oh.
Yeah.
They all look the same.
Yeah. We got to get that right. We really do.
I mean, it was
that era, Helen Hunt. Come on, guys. Come on.
Right.
What was she famous for? Was she Sleepless in Seattle?
Mad About You?
Mad About You with Paul Reiser. That's right.
Sleepless in Seattle was Meg Ryan. Come on, man. What are we doing?
Like I said, they all look the same.
Come on. Racist.
Well,
racist.
Helen Hunt, was she in like As Good as It Gets?
No, I mean,
Obviously.
who wasn't? You got mail, am I right?
Legitimately, I'm pretty sure I think every movie had Meg Ryan in it. So
yeah.
You might, yeah. We both
and the theme song was always about tossed salad and scrambled egg.
Always.
It was a weird 5-year stretch.
All right. Next thing we got Auburn going to Cal. Auburn 6.5-point favorites.
Bears.
I don't know anything about either team. I'm going Auburn.
SEC bias. SEC bias.
I'm with King on Cal.
Jade Knott, baby.
Yep.
I'm sure Cal has a Garbers at quarterback still.
Yeah, one of them. All right, then we got the first conference game of the season. Stanford at USC.
Stanford.
SC is a 29.5-point favorite.
USC.
Yeah, USC. Hawaii's really bad.
Yes, Stanford is bad. But God, if they could score 14 points, give me fucking Stanford. And then for our toss-in game this week, I took it easy. We got Texas at Alabama. Bama 6.5-point favorites.
Roll Tide.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Simple. And then the last game, we got the Ducks, 6.5-point favorites. Texas Tech. I am taking Oregon with my star pick.
Yeah. What? Huh. Yeah, Oregon is. Yeah, this is one of those ones where you look at it and you're just like, what does Vegas know that we don't know?
Vegas does not care about week ones. It does not shift the line that much.
Okay. Oregon, yes.
Yeah, I'll go. Oregon. Nah.
Boring, man. Done.
Yeah, kind of. Okay, let's move on to trivia. So, King won last week in trivia very quickly. Yeah. So he has the 1-0 lead. And
it was pretty much Oregon versus Portland State.
pretty.
What am I supposed to do? I was going up against an alum here.
I know.
I mean, geez.
It's not fair.
I wrote a paper for him.
It's not fair.
What do you want me to do?
So he gets to start again. Again, our format is I ask somebody a question. If they get it wrong, then the other person gets a multiple choice chance to answer and steal the point. So, first question for King. Texas Tech trivia. What is the motto for Texas Tech football? It's also a major part of their fight song, so it's like a little phrase.
Wreck 'em?
It is wreck 'em. Yes, it is. Good job.
Guns up, baby.
Yep. So
Wreck 'em Ralph.
1-0 Wreck-It Ralph. Let's see.
It was a sweet movie.
Yeah, I liked Wreck-It Ralph, right?
I liked Wreck-It Ralph.
I did. Yeah. Did you see the second one too?
I did. It wasn't.
Wrecks the Internet? Yeah, not as good. Yeah.
Not as good.
First one's great. Let's see. Ski, who is Texas Tech's all-time leader in passing yards and touchdowns?
Graham Harrell?
It is Graham Harrell. Good work, man.
Yeah.
Because you got Mahomes went there.
Nope.
Cliff Kingsbury was a star there. That's good. That's good stuff. All right, King, what city is Texas Tech located in?
Some say it's Mars. I'll say it's Lubbock.
It is Lubbock. I feel like I'm giving you easy ones. Sorry.
Just make him look that way.
That one was. The first one, I had no idea. But
okay. Ski, which team does Texas Tech play in the Battle for the Chancellor's Spurs?
Oh, I love this game.
It's a fantastic name, by the way.
Isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be a Texas school. Texas?
Yeah, that is correct. Yes.
Texas. I was going to say maybe TCU.
I love how you didn't want to say it either. Yeah. All right, so 2-2.
Too simple.
2-2 now. Let's see. King. So, long question here. Texas Tech as a school was created in the 1920s after a legislative action from a senator named William Bledsoe. Before that, there were years of bills, vetoes, threats to secede from West Texas, from the rest of the state after several attempts to create the university as a West Texas branch of which existing university? So which existing university were they originally trying to make Texas Tech into? Like a West branch of that.
UTEP. Don't know.
UTEP. Was UTEP even around in the 20s? I don't know. Okay, Ski.
No, they were like Western something, actually.
Yeah, I think they were called something else. All right, Ski, your options. Rice, Texas A&M, or Texas?
They seem like the kind of people that would be upset about it to do all these vetoes. I'm going to say Rice.
The answer is Texas A&M. So they wanted so badly for there to be a West Texas, Texas A&M, that they threatened to secede from the rest of Texas, which is the most Texas shit you've ever heard of in your life. Like Texas trying to secede from Texas over a university. Okay, so this goes back to ski. Texas Tech has 2 mascots. One of them is in a costume, has a big red mustache. His name is Raider Red. They have another one who rides out
very creative.
Who rides out, yeah, right. Who rides out on a horse with a black cape and a mask. What is his name? Rides out before every game.
Raider Dave.
Raider Dave. I should have given you a hint that it's.
I hope it's Raider Dave.
It's not a clever name. The options for you, King: Ghost Rider, Masked Rider, or Red Rider.
I'm gonna say the Masked Rider.
That is the answer.
And again, shout out to Texas Tech for being able to understand there's a difference between a live mascot and a costumed mascot. Things that fans of Oregon Online, I'm learning today, still have not figured out. Guys, Puddles is dead. Puddles is dead. The college kid in a costume is just the duck. Just saying. If Texas Tech can figure that out, please, Oregon, figure that out.
People really love the name Puddles.
Because they have so many memories going to the mill race in 1939 and watching a bonfire led by Puddles.
The stories passed down from generation to generation of Puddles.
It's such a weird thing people
weird.
love.
Yeah.
You don't remember it. No one remembers it.
Of course not.
It's such an old-timey thing where like another school would like try to steal them. That's how old it is.
Where they thought that was a cool prank. Where people were still doing pranks. Yeah. All right, so this goes to King. Who is Texas Tech's all-time leader in receptions? Wide receiver.
I'm going to get this wrong, but I can only name Michael Crabtree.
That is incorrect.
Or maybe Byron Hanspard.
That's
I was
also
going to say
that's also incorrect. Ski, you have a guess here, so maybe don't say anything before you actually get to guess the answer.
I want to guess it
because it's cheating. Okay, your options are Crabtree, Wes Welker, or Torian Anderson.
I don't know Torian Anderson, so Wes Welker was my guess.
The answer is Torian Anderson. So.
Of course it was.
Let your racism cloud your brain.
Man, it's crazy.
You said a white slot receiver for most receptions. It had to be Wes Welker.
Ski favoring the short white guy. Weird.
I know. Weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Short king, huh? Yeah. Danny Amendola also went to Texas Tech, by the way. So that's the thing.
And a type.
He does. Ski does. Texas Tech does. All right. So that was incorrect, and now it's Ski's turn. Pat Mahomes and Connor Halliday holds the NCAA single-game record for passing yards with 734, which came in a loss to Oklahoma in 2016. Which QB did he lose to in that game? Oklahoma's quarterback.
Is that Kyler?
Incorrect. Your options, King.
I know it.
Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, Landry Jones.
It was Baker Mayfield.
Baker? God, one of those two.
It was Baker Mayfield.
I watched the highlight package a bunch when Mahomes got drafted.
It was a hell of a football game. So, King, Texas Tech has had 3 number 1 picks in the NFL draft. This guy was a 3-time Pro Bowler who played defense. Who was he? I gave you like the 2 easiest earlier. This one's impossible.
I
love these ones.
Scooter McPeachface. What the fuck? I don't know. Tex Oil.
Ski, your options. Dave Parks, Zach Thomas, or Gabe Rivera?
Gabe Rivera.
That is incorrect. The answer is Dave Parks, who nobody has ever heard of.
What year was he drafted?
Like 64, I think it was. Yeah. Surprised you didn't just guess Zach Thomas. Raider Dave, apparently, Booble says. Okay.
Raider Dave.
Raider Dave. Cool.
You get a point for that.
So who does this go to now? It goes to King, right?
To me.
To you,
Ski.
Yeah. Okay. That's right. So you have a chance to
Can I tie it?
to do absolutely nothing because you're down by 2 and there's one question left. Ski. Who is Texas Tech's all-time winningest head coach?
Spike Dykes.
Incorrect.
Person, right?
Your options, King, to actually get 5
He was
points.
a guy from had all the wins.
To actually get 5 points and win this naturally. Mike Leach, Tommy Tuberville, Cliff Kingsbury.
Oh, that's easy. Mike Leach.
Mike Leach is the answer, yes. 2-0, that's
Mike
it.
Leach Mike Leach has the most wins at Texas Tech.
He does, by like a couple.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was there that long, was he?
Yeah, he was.
Huh.
Yep.
I think we had a little stop off there for like 3 or 4
it's
years.
like 84 wins total, I think. So it's not that many, but Texas Tech is not good and has not been good. So
No.
there you go.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I heard that in your Bernie Sanders voice.
Texas Tech is not good.
They're
They are
not
part,
good.
they're part of the 1%. I don't. Yeah, you got to shake your finger too. They are not going to beat Oregon this week. Oregon is 99%, and they are putting the foot down on Texas Tech. Senator from Vermont. All right, that's it. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
No.
Movie on Sunday. 80 for Brady. Go ahead and watch
80
it.
minutes of my life I'm never getting fucking back.
Go ahead and watch it, and then we're gonna talk about it on Sunday. You can listen. You can feel sad with us. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you next week, or Sunday. Bye.